Well, I'm glad that you're okay. Do you have health insurance now with your new job, Ty?
Yes, I do.
How does it feel?
Feels all right. I just need to go to the doctor now.
To go check out your blood nut or your nut blood?
No, just everything else in general. Because, health.
Do you feel that? How old are you now? 39? 30, 40,
35.
40,
35.
50?
I was born in 1989. I am 35.
What the fuck?
I'm a millennial.
This is going to be the most ridiculous fucking episode.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God. I'll go fix some shit. Yeah, Ty doesn't care about Ty, you are always on your phone.
Yeah, I am.
It's unhealthy.
It is not healthy at all.
What are you even looking at right now?
Everything. Funny as hell. No, I just be scrolling down social media.
That feels like an unhealthy habit.
It is unhealthy. It pisses me off because I'm a very judgmental person.
Okay.
I am learning that I am old school a little bit.
Okay.
And, I'm constantly judging and being pissed off by people's use of social media.
Elaborate.
I feel like the pandemic fucked up people's heads.
Okay.
And things happened in the pandemic where people thought this was going to be life moving forward. But now we're back to normal. Everybody's coughing on each other again. The streets are packed. Eggs are $17 per egg.
The egg shit has been getting crazy.
It's, life is getting back to normal faster than we expected. And people are thinking the internet is supposed to sustain them like it was when we were in a virtual society. Like social media. Yeah, pre-pandemic, people were coming up on social media, right? Then the pandemic happened. Everybody was doing social media. It was the only way to communicate. It was the only way to convey thoughts and do something while you're stuck inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're back outside, you got to get jobs. God damn it, you gotta work, and the internet is shifting where you got to have a real following. You got to have a real following to profit off of it.
Yes.
In any way, shape, or form. So like before, if you had 10,000 to like 20,000 followers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was handed to you. Everything was nice. You were considered a person with a following. You were considered popular. You were considered damn near, locally famous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, within 3 months, if you consistently post 3 times a day, quality stuff, you're going to have 10,000 followers. Everybody got 10,000 followers. So
I have 3, so.
I got 4.
Okay.
But
everybody but us.
But I got an extra 1,000 followers by consistently posting every day for 6 weeks? 6 weeks, I got 1,000 followers.
Do you think those followers translate to ticket sales?
If you are likable, if people really like you, because that's another thing about the internet. People will follow you because they hate you.
This is a true statement.
This motherfucker crashing out. Let me see how far it go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go see them in person. I'm not going to hang out. And then also people got to understand what type of energy they attract. I know as a person, especially like doing this comedy shit, I attract weirdos. I attract outcasts. I attract...
Oh, good. Let me write my notes.
I attract crazy people.
Okay.
Those are the type of people that love me. They like me. They fuck with me. They always want to be around me. They always want to see what I got to say. They're always the worst type of people.
Wait. The crazy people are also the worst type of people.
Half and half. Because it's like, I'm a bit of a weirdo. I'm a bit of an outcast. I don't like people. So I am understanding to that point. If you want to kick it, fuck it. Just don't get in my way. And don't scare the hoes.
Okay, I'm holding my tongue on certain things. You know what I mean? I'm being a professional.
Okay.
Okay. So where do I land? Because I'm crazy, right?
Yeah, you are crazy.
Right. So where do I land on your spectrum of crazy people that you attract, and why do you think you attract crazy people specifically, and then why me specifically?
I attract crazy people because I'm not the type. You know how like you hang out with somebody and you'll say something off color or something a little kooky, and they'll like go out like, "Oh man, what the fuck, dog? What man, shit, man, get that shit out my face. What? No, it's stupid. Like I'll hear it, I'll understand it because everybody was raised different. Everybody is different. Everybody got weird shit going on, but very few people are good at expressing it, or just it's my life, whatever. You know, I do that from time to time. People be like, "Damn, Ty, why would you say something like that?" Because it exists. You know, a lot of people are trying to chase the coolness they never had in high school.
That's an interesting. Well, can you elaborate on that, Ty?
If you've been weird, or if you've ever had like, or you're ever smart, especially like in black culture, if you were ever smart, book smart, intelligent, probably knew a lot of words and spoke clearly, niggas will fuck you up. They'll make fun of you. They'll joke about you. They'll probably beat you up a little bit. They'll roast the shit out of you. It's all good intentioned, because they expect you to roast back. That's black culture. To show that they fuck with you, they roast you. It can be translated to bullying if you're sensitive and you don't know how to defend yourself.
I'm gonna give a little bit of pushback.
There is ill-intended roasting.
Yeah. Okay.
There is roasting that can be bullying.
Okay.
You know, I can't think of an example.
Are we bullying Drake right now?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Why?
Because it's Drake.
Because he has money? Because he's famous?
He has money. He's famous. We're still gonna listen to his music more than we're gonna listen to Kendrick.
Did you listen? Oh, whoa. Who's we?
The majority of people. If you listen to the radio.
Okay.
No. We had a party. Yes, we had a party.
What is that?
Bitches came over. Yeah, we had a party.
I don't. Maybe I'm just different. I'm not going to say most people. In fact, I will say you're probably right. The average person is going to listen to Drake more than is going to listen to Kendrick.
If you listen to the radio for an hour, you will hear 3 Drake songs.
I guess then, and I think we've talked about this before, but I guess that depends on what your goals are as an artist, what you care about. And if Drake seems to care about the charts more than the quality or the artistry, we'll say, and Kendrick cares more about the artistry than the charts. Ooh, okay.
Artistry is relative.
Okay, I'm listening.
Drake talks about real shit. That's why people vibe with him. He talks about, being that nigga in this society, you gonna be fucking bitches and you gonna have niggas not liking you.
But is that not a shallow talk? Is that not shallow talking points at a certain point?
No, he's an entertainer. And it caters to the lowest common denominator. So, yeah, these are the results of success. Especially if you're successful and not married and not following a family unit. Now it's like you got to the point where...
Did you smoke, by the way?
Not yet.
You that dude. I forgot. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you started talking, then you handed me the weed. You want me to stop this compelling conversation just to smoke marijuana? You fucking hippie.
Hippie. I feel like hippies only for like the 60s, right? Like,
yeah,
it would be you'd be a stoner now. Hippies were basically stoners.
I don't even think it's stoners now. I don't know what the next level is now, but maybe somebody that's on beg talk. I don't know. Somebody on the internet begging for money. Yeah, those are the people now.
Either way,
because they always got weed.
Why do you think you attract someone like me specifically?
Because I'm not judgmental. You have somewhat of a pure spirit. You're a little weird.
Interesting.
You're a little weird, but you're like a golden retriever.
Okay.
Very excited. Very, very, very adventurous. Always want to find something new. Always trying to get into some shit. Want to be as loyal as possible. You find a friend, you always like extra geek.
Okay.
Okay. So it's cool to have solid people around you, no matter how weird they are.
And do you view yourself as weird?
Yeah.
What type of weird? If we juxtapose our weirds, what type of weird are you then?
I'm weird where I go around people. I know I'm different than, like I'm adventurous as in like I always like being around new people.
Okay. With
new experiences from new cultures, because I like learning new shit. It's how you learn how to roast people. There was a conversation at Zany's the other day. We was all hanging out in the green room.
That you don't invite me to.
It was a random night. What was I doing that night? Oh, I had a show at Red Room.
Gotcha.
I had a show at Red Room. Then we went to Zany's afterwards.
He has the smoking stuff, so you gotta. And he refuses to smoke it.
We could edit my smoking out. Since he's so thirsty.
You don't have.
He don't have a mic stand. He's extra thirsty.
Speaking of which, do you want orange juice or kombucha?
Kombucha.
You want kombucha?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fucks with the booch.
Okay.
The boochy booch booch. Also, if you guys are looking for cheap hotel rooms, 4 days, 3 nights, no blackout dates, no
We don't want to be a part of your timeshare, Ty.
I don't sell the timeshare. I sell the vacation. Edit that out.
I don't work here. Aaron just walked away and handed me a microphone. So I don't.
Hey everybody,
I don't work
it's
here.
the beautiful co-producer, Rachel Hall. She's
Co-producer
here.
of what? I don't got shit to do with this
Co-producer
show.
of Join the Journey.
Incorrect.
Consultant, friend, also a fellow weirdo.
How am I weird, Ty? How am I getting shots?
Stone Cold Steve Harvey.
That's super weird.
Stone Cold Steve Harvey is a great Halloween costume.
It's hilarious, but who? Only a weirdo would ever think that, and then act it out.
I don't think that makes me weird. I think
Find another Stone Cold Steve
I
Harvey.
think it makes it Halloween.
Whatever.
All right. Well, this commercial for Cialis is now over. Back to our regularly scheduled program, starring Chase Molina.
I don't like that. Why would you say that? Why would you drop one of my government names?
That is literally your name.
That is not literally my name.
Chase is not one of your names.
It's one of them, but it's not literally my name.
Molina is not one of your names.
It's one of them, but it's not literally my name.
Okay, well, my name isn't literally Rachel Allison, but people say it.
Okay. Disgusting. All right, so you go on social media, even though you know that you don't want to go on social media. You're literally doing it right now. I got you kombucha, and you don't care about that.
Thank
care
you
about,
for the kombucha.
care about scrolling.
Well, I have to keep up with what's going on around me.
Okay, let's hear. Elaborate.
Well, one thing that I thought that I was gonna do, like even last year, was a New Year's resolution. I thought I was gonna take more pictures with people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One thing I realized is you can't take pictures with everybody.
Uh-huh.
You can't be associated with certain people, you know, and you don't know that because nobody talks about it until you caught being associated with this person.
No. Are you thinking of someone in particular?
Huh? What?
What?
Name those people.
Yeah, name those people, Tom.
No.
You can write it on the thing if you want.
I'm not naming not nobody.
You can write it.
Look, everything I say is in general, all right?
Okay, well, I'm not saying something in general. I'm going to write a name real quick. Because I hear what you're saying. So in this situation,
him, it's iffy because he got railroaded. People didn't like him anyway. He's annoying. He's not that funny. He gets on my nerves. Like, you move the camera, but he's always irritated me. I've always hated having him around. The last straw was he came to one of my shows. I was throwing a show. It was during COVID.
yeah.
It was an outdoor show.
Okay.
It was the back patio of a business building, right? Great show, fun show. You know, motherfuckers came through and shit. And Khalil came through. Because I attract weirdos.
I thought you wanted to not.
Oh shit. Bleep that. Bleep that. Bleep that. I didn't even think about it. So he came through, right? He came through because one of his big homies from the South Side had came through. Because that dude was connected to the guy who helped me produce the show. He was like, "Yeah, my brother, he knows this comic, and that comic is gonna come through to the show and shit." They had to pay that nigga $300 for 20 minutes of 20-year-old material.
Whoa. Let me go back. They paid this person?
No, they didn't pay him.
Okay.
They paid the big homie from the South Side.
That's crazy. Okay.
And I was already upset about that because I'm like, I could get an actual current headliner that's in the city for half that.
Yeah.
You know, because I have relationships with these people, you know, and it's not like he has a following where paying him that much would help us in the long run. We had to promote through a third party promoter. The third party promoter helped out because they was killing it during COVID. They got too big for us to book them now. They doing it for the clubs and shit now. But yeah, so he came through along with that dude and another feature comic that I didn't want on the show.
Okay.
And he asked for a guest spot. I said, fuck it, whatever. You know, he does pretty well in front of black people, older black folks. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Because his jokes be so basic. It's like, okay, that's cool. But like I've seen him not kill. I've seen him do well 50% of the time.
Okay.
But I've seen him perform probably 80 times.
That's not good numbers.
It's not a good number.
Yeah.
If you're a 50-50, I can't really rock with you that much. So, after the show, whatever, everybody gets paid. Leave it alone. A couple days later, this nigga texts me asking for money for the guest spot.
My dad is calling me. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Hey, I'm on a podcast right now. Can I call you right back? Yeah, okay, no problem. All right. Yeah. My dad. Can I? Okay, we're gonna digress because I'm really happy about this.
Okay.
I sent my dad the apology video. I was watching Boy I almost said Boy Meets World, Boys in the Hood, and that movie makes you think about dads.
Furious Style.
Yeah. I think maybe one of the greatest cinematic fathers of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Played by one of the first fathers, one of the worst fathers in real life.
Is he bad?
Yeah.
Like a bunch of kids?
Not a bunch, but he treated the ones he had pretty bad after he blew up. One of them started doing porn. Well, she did porn and she regretted it. Now, I don't know what she's doing. But yeah. Yeah, she's not doing anything.
All right, then.
It was a terrible porno scene. I was like, ugh.
We'll have to look that up later.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about my dad, and then I was thinking about that moment and the apology video. And so I sent it to him, and he said he was proud of me. Legitimate. I was like really hyped on that. And he said he was going to call me. So we talked a little bit before you showed up, and he's calling again. So I'm going to call him later.
No.
Trying. The best way to connect with your father is through violence. I think that's the moral of the story.
So you invited him to Fight Club?
Yeah. I was like, Dad, come through. Smack your
ass. Funny as hell. Mike never fought back, though.
Did Mike never fight back? He never took it?
They were scared of Joe.
Was Joe strong?
You had to call that nigga by his actual name.
Yeah,
I'm going to call Joe. Oh, you not going to say Dad?
But Joe did have an illegitimate daughter, and he let her call him Daddy.
Well, yeah, that's his daughter. He loves her.
He didn't let Janet or Latoya or Reedy call him.
Because he wanted success.
Business. That's business. Yeah, that's business. No, I'm your manager, bitch. Don't call me don't call me no father. That's formal as hell. Who you think you are?
Anyway, I'm proud of that. But what were we saying? The
Oh yeah. So he hits me up a couple days later asking to be paid for a guest spot that he didn't do well at. Mm-hmm. He did all right. It was an outdoor show, but not damn. You came through by surprise, killed that shit. I'll give you 45, my brother. No, I think he was talking to the other comics about how much they got paid, and he was like, "Shit, I want some of that." And like, no, next time you're not getting no guest spots from me, no matter what show it is. You either go get booked for me, or you're gonna be sitting in the back the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. Like shit. Now, and I'm not gonna book you because the fuck. The allegations against him, he was railroaded. It was bogus. The bitches that did it don't even do comedy no more.
When you say railroaded, with obviously keeping, I am going to beep things out and edit things, but as much as you can say, why do you say railroaded?
So there's only so much I could say based on what I know about it, because I saw how most of them don't like him anyway, right? Mm-hmm. And then a lot of the shit they were saying checked out. They didn't like it because he was him.
So if maybe he was a more well-liked person, then those allegations would have...
Better looking, taller.
Ooh, this is... Yeah, I definitely got to beep now. This is just mean now.
If you were actually a sexy-ass nigga that was somebody... That's the thing. When new people come into comedy, they're bombarded by ain't shit comics. That's been around forever. And one thing you have to learn as a new comic, when you get on the scene, the motherfuckers that the most friendly to you, if they're not newer comics with you, they up to something.
Okay.
That's good. That's a word, Ty. Come on,
I like that. Spot on. when I think about when I first moved here, because you didn't. I remember when I first talked to you. We were outside North Bar, which is now you know that's a long time ago, and you were not defensive. But you weren't like, hey, I'm Ty Riggs, and I keep my ears to the streets.
No.
You weren't doing all that. I remember you watched me for a few months, if not a year, before we actually started talking. And I can name some other people who, when they first met me, they were weirdly nice.
Exactly. Yeah. If you've been in the game for longer than 5 years and you hanging out with the kids, you suck. You either suck or you a freaky man or you up to something. There's something bad going on. Because when I started, the older niggas they didn't even talk to me.
Yeah.
They didn't talk to me until somebody they were cool with started talking to me. Or until they saw, it took maybe 3 times of them seeing me perform and actually getting better or doing good before they even let me know that they knew my name.
Yeah.
If a motherfucker had been around for 10 years, you just got in this bitch for 6 months. Like, what are you doing? What do you want?
Right. Like, why would Drake hit up 11 when she first came on the scene? This is the guy you back.
Why would Larry miss? Never mind.
But that's a telltale sign. Like you've been around. Why are you've been doing comedy for 10 years? Then you start producing a show, and the only people you book are people that's been doing it for 6 months.
Right. It's strange.
You know, you're taking advantage of the children.
Oh, he's trying to get in the closet. Go ahead, creature.
You trying to finesse. You trying to work your way around something that you are dealing with on your end because people know how you are in real life. And see, comics don't tell you that. They'll sit there and watch that person get in your face and be around you and take pictures with you and don't say a fucking word.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna include myself in that as well. When I see this person do that thing, I wait and I watch.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the person they're talking to, so I don't know if they're a birds of a feather. Exactly.
So like, yeah, I will sit there. People, they will bring up a person that I don't fuck with, like in front of me, and I'll be like, yeah, all right, yeah, for sure. You know, just leave it alone, because that's everybody has to do that, because you got to learn on your own. Some people, because if you go around telling people that this person is a dickhead, now you're a hater, and that puts attention on them, which is what they want.
Yes. Well, yes.
If a person has a certain behavior that's been going on for a certain amount of time, you let them do that, and they'll fizzle themselves out.
Now, this is gonna be hard because we're talking about people here. They fizzle themselves.
Just refer to this person as Andre.
All right, so Andre's been around for forever. Has not fizzled out in the sense that Andre still does shows. Clearly,
it's not about doing shows. It's like, where are you career-wise? How does your name ring bell in the streets? If you went out of town and people had called the locals, like, you know, that's what they do. It's like, yeah, I'm from Chicago and shit. Who do you know? And then you start naming people. Who can you name? Who can you name that they can call or reach out that'll vouch for you, that their vouch means something? Right.
And Andre, I don't know a reputable person that could vouch for Andre.
Exactly. There's certain people that can, but they're iffy about it them damn selves. Because it's like, there's you being a shitty person, and then you might bomb.
Right.
So it's like, I don't want my name attached to a shitty person. I really don't want my name attached to a fucking bomber. You know, there's been times where, like, yeah, I'll be like, whatever. I'll give a cosign to a motherfucker because it's like, whatever. You need new people to book, go ahead. He's the only person I can think of right now. Then they go up and bomb in your name.
Yeah, that's the cosign is something I'm understanding more of its importance. So like, I don't know if you know, I'm hitting the road this summer.
Okay.
Yeah, doing some things. But I'm going with Jack Woods. You know Jack?
I've heard the name. Yeah.
So, he's driving, or he has the car, and I have the experience. So we're kind of combining. We're joining teams here, and I am reaching out to people individually, and he's reaching out to people individually. And there's a bunch of different reasons for that, but part of that is the cosign. Is like, if he goes up and he doesn't do well, that then reflects poorly, and I guess vice versa.
Yeah.
And it's just little things like that I just never thought of when I first started doing comedy.
See, and it's also your behavior. It's people's behaviors that reflect their bookings and who is around them. There's a motherfucker who tweaked in my name. I didn't want him around half the time. He would follow. He would pop up at shows that I was doing and shit. I would never give him stage time. He was at the outdoor show too. So the headliner was late, right? The headliner was late, and Buddy was there to because he used to like really watch my social media. I think he was one of the first comics to have me realize that oh my God, I can't multitask while I'm talking.
Just don't talk. I don't give a fuck.
You just asked him a question.
No, that's different. I want him to write a thing.
So yeah, and he would follow me everywhere.
Really, physically or
not like as far as shows.
Yeah.
Now that's another thing that attests to me being like attracting weirdos. Because I ain't think nothing about it because I'm a random nigga. When I don't have a car, I'll be outside till fucking 3 a.m. and I'll be one of them niggas on the red line.
Crazy.
Just waiting for the train type shit.
Killing people, drinking blood, all
and
that.
I will run into him. Whenever I'm like just outside, being outside, I will run into him, which I just attest to being just a random ass Chicago nigga. So I left it alone. But then the nigga started showing up to my shows and wanting to hang out afterwards and be around me and shit. And it would never be a good experience when he's out. At one point, he had followed me he had came to one of my shows. Then he followed me to an open mic.
Okay.
And then I had ran into I call these people the Wicker Park Scoundrels, which is like the rappers and shit that be like living in Wicker Park and going about doing their thing and shit like that, going to Kohl's and whatnot. And I don't know if they're really making music, but they do shows and shit. Local artists type shit. So I was invited over to one of their little spots and shit because they always 20 deep in an apartment. So I was like, yeah, I come through, fuck around, play video games, joke around with y'all niggas. I ain't seen y'all in a minute. Fuck it. He came along. They already knew him. Because I'm a random nigga, he a random nigga. So everybody, it's in 6 degrees of separation in Chicago. The artist scene is so small. You're gonna cross paths with people.
Yeah.
So yeah, they already knew him. So they was already iffy about him, right? He started tweaking with the chicks, right? First, he started talking about some girl's daughter in a creepy way.
Okay.
And then I think he walked in on a girl in the bathroom and like tried to piss in the toilet while she was like washing her hands.
It's funny. I'm getting to the point where like I'm not surprised. I'm like it's shocking, but I'm not surprised.
It's the type of shit he does.
Right.
It checks out. Like this when allegations come about people, like does it check out? Is it that it like if you know that person, does it sound like something they would do? Does it sound like something they would say?
Now to go back to the railroading situation for Andre.
Yeah.
Are the allegations matching the personality?
Yes. He telling bitches like, hey, man, hey, come back, on this day and that day, and we can show you how real comedy goes at an open mic type shit. Or like, we should write together. Now,
then why is it why railroading?
If people try to flirt with you,
okay,
it's whatever. If people find you attractive and they try to holler at you, that's what happens. You could either reject it and move on or whatever. Just because you don't like the dude doesn't mean he's being creepy. True. You're an attractive girl. Oh, you caught him looking at you. Everybody's looking at you, bitch. Why are you look at him first?
So if he was more likable and so on and so forth, then
maybe more better looking. Because you could be likable and hoes still don't want you.
Okay. Well, as an attractive man myself, I can't speak to that.
You're not that likable, but you're attractive, so you fuck bitches.
That hurts my feelings. I'm likable. Fuck you. I'm likable. People like me.
People like you, but are you likable?
That's an interesting question. Is there a difference?
People love me, and I am not likable.
Interesting. Okay, I'll think on that. So keeping your ears to the streets, you feel like you have to do that?
As far as me, because if I'm gonna be in these spaces, I have to know who is who and what's going on.
Why?
Because sometimes you might be around somebody that don't fuck with somebody else. And
Can you claim the ignorance card and essentially say, I don't know about any of this, I'm just doing my thing?
yeah, but also know enough where you don't even bring it up. You don't even talk about it when they come around. That y'all, you say hi to them and shit. You say what's up, and then you move on because these people don't like being in the same room together.
Right.
And you have to be understanding of that. A lot of people will try to oh man, y'all don't like each other, man. Fuck that, man. Y'all gotta squash that shit. We gotta be together. No, fuck that. Sometimes some things are unreconcilable.
Yeah, I have one. Did I tell you I saw it?
Well, that's because you keep on going to places where he's gonna be at.
It's fine. I don't care. Like if he's not talking to me, then I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Also, are you not gonna enjoy your kombucha?
I drank it a little bit. Well, I like kombucha, but kombucha smells like shit.
You think so?
Yeah. But so that's my thing. But yeah, with
To the streets.
Andre.
Oh,
Yeah,
Andre. Okay.
With Andre, yeah, it was railroaded because it was one person trying to get him out of whatever position he weaseled his way into, and using those people and those allegations to get him out, because nothing's worse than getting freaky man allegations behind you.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad look at this point.
Yeah. So basically, I don't like him for my own reasons. That shit is whatever.
I have an issue now. Because up until this point, I had there was a vibe that I was like, I don't necessarily trust this vibe, but now I have a direct, tangible, why did you do this?
What'd he do to you? This nigga gonna write it.
I sure fucking am.
But yeah, and the thing about being a comedian is, yeah, you have to keep your nose relatively clean. But you do have to understand there's different rules for different comics. There are people that have been out here being freaky man for a minute, and there's nothing you could do about it. There's people that's been out here scamming and scheming. There's niggas that's been out here fucking people over. There's people that's out here that owes people money.
That video, like the main question I have is why are we in this situation in the first place? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why would he see? That's, oh my god.
Did you not know that part?
No.
Okay, that's why I'm like, what? You want to say?
But see, okay, this right here, this is exactly what we was talking about.
Go ahead.
What the fuck is a 20-year vet hanging out with a stray psychopath? Right. He's like, oh, don't worry, brother. Just seeing his own bullshit. I'm gonna have you come to these open mics, and we gonna get you back right. No, nigga.
Can you speak on this with a little bit of tact, please? Just a little bit.
My question in this situation that was written down involving Andre and that trash dude, lesbian mafia man, is how did he get in your car? Because Andre is playing like he had no idea. I had no idea. Okay, say you had no idea. On the car ride there, you knew. Because when you get there, you told the owner and the operator of the show, hey, this person and Aaron don't like each other. So you starting shit.
Right.
How we already knew lesbian mafia was crazy, but how did he get in your car?
Because see,
how did he get in your car? Why is he there? And then when you get there, you want to act like they really about to fight when everyone had already established that none of that was happening. So you instigating. This ain't Zeus Network, nigga. How did he get in your car?
See, it's when these ne'er-do-wells that's been doing
ne'er-do-wells?
When these ne'er-do-wells that's been doing comedy for 10 plus years are ostracized and kicked out, and people don't want to be around you. They find the crazy people and the people that they feel are outcasts, and they try to build a gang. They try to build a squad of people to, start a comedy gang so that they can either, work their way to being seen outside of the scene, or just to feel like they have friends.
Now that last part, feel like you have friends. I have no problem with that. People need connection, but it's the. You know what? I'm trying to give up on trying to rationalize or understand these people. Fuck it. I'm never gonna understand why. But my question to you then is, how do you move in such a way to avoid that, or even better, what do you think about my reaction to that situation?
You like touching men, so of course you were gonna try and fight that nigga.
I didn't though.
You wanted to.
Of course I wanted to.
You were on it. I was like, ignore it. And then you was like, no, he want to squabble, we can squabble. Yeah. But I've been looking for a real fight. I'm tired of pity pat with my friends. I want to punch a motherfucker.
In that situation, I'm speaking to that situation, that moment.
That moment,
I gave myself an 8 out of 10.
Well, you knew he was scary. He was on when niggas be internet wolfing that heavy, saying all those words and shit. Yeah, when they get caught by a motherfucking real.
I get in the car to show up.
Yeah, that's the.
If you were gonna get there and cry and shiver like a 13-year-old bitch, why get in the car?
I don't think he knew.
Andre let him in the car.
Well, shit, he would play me. He was like, don't worry, man. I got this. I know these guys, man.
That's a good one.
You know, I know these guys. Don't even worry about it. Come on. We're going to do some comedy. Now, see, with that, now everybody know who the fuck Andre is.
It's not hard to figure it out if I'm being honest.
But motherfuckers is feeding bullshit.
Yeah.
And you too old, age-wise and comedy-wise, to even involve yourself in this shit. There's certain people on a certain level that look down from the mountaintop at the craziness that's going down on the floor level with the ants, and they're judging.
Yes. Oh, shit.
You think I keep my ears to the streets? There's motherfuckers that don't say a fucking word that know more than me, and they are in positions of power. They're in positions to make shit happen for people. They're in positions where you could get booked regularly, be able to afford your life with comedy, and they're seeing this. They're seeing not only the people involved, but the people engaging in this shit and how they're engaging with it. Shit, the people who suck the worst engage the most in this shit.
I would agree with that.
I'm like, you can't find stage time, so this is the only place you can get heard.
Now, how do you move?
Oh yeah, that's the question.
How do you move to for example, in that moment, I didn't know that was going to happen. I come into the show and now I'm confronted with a situation that is already very volatile. Mm-hmm. I think I moved as reasonably as possible in that situation. I think that. Do you disagree? And if you do,
You did. You stood over him like a disappointed father. And what did you say? I said the N-word and I said the F-word and I called you ugly and I said I was going to punch you in the face. And how do you feel about that? I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Now, okay. Do you think optics wise, mm-hmm. is that better than me beating him up? If there's a video, there's two videos, right? There's the video of me getting the apology, or in this alternate universe, there's a video of me choking him unconscious. What is the better optics?
It's better than him being bitched out instead of fighting.
Why?
Because fighting him would show that he has some type of importance. Even engaging with him on the internet was a little bit much, because I got tired of it after he was like, man, I'm gonna fuck this shit up, man. Yeah, come through, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face. And I'm like, you won't have a good day fucking with me.
Yes, we're different people, Ty, as I think you're aware.
You is like, oh, somebody want to fight? Let's fight this.
Because I'm looking, I'm looking at it. My brain works very literally. Mm-hmm. So when you say to me, I want to fight people, and I say, okay, you should come to Fight Club where we fight, and then you say, and then you get into the group message and you say, I'm going to fight all of you, and we say, okay. here's the address and the time, and it's $20. And we have all the equipment. We have a boxing ring and everything for you to fight us. Mm-hmm. And then you say, yeah, but I really am going to fight you. And we say, okay.
Yeah, you gave him a time and a place to do what he said he's going to do.
And he's not going to do. And that I understand that I have to take a step outside of myself and be like, this is how this person is. But internally, I don't work that way. I don't understand it. Just stop talking then. If you're not gonna do it, stop talking. I don't understand.
It's all rap cap, especially on the internet. When people express, especially I understand when people are in high emotions, they say whatever the fuck. It's all about feelings. And I'm pretty sure he's been enabled in his life where, his words matter at some point. So if he expresses his distaste for something, he usually gets results out of it. This is Chicago. We are a bunch of poor people. We are a bunch of poor animals that are chasing a dream. We are unstable, and there's certain things that we got to get out of our system. And you are putting yourself in a space where we'll take it out on you. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers been waiting for a good fight. Look, if you talk to 10, 15 comics, it was like, when the last time you beat the shit out of a nigga? And they ain't gonna be sitting like, damn. 1998.
Well, are we talking? Because you're implying the South Side based off of the vibe, but I think.
Oh yeah, most comics have not been in a fight.
Right.
But I'm like, look, your Fight Club niggas, they've been in fights.
They sure fucking have. They're scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are comics that aren't necessarily South Side.
Okay. All right. Yeah, fair.
There's a certain group of people that, they like fighting. They like the adrenaline. They like the exercise. They like the competition of it all.
Yeah, it's fun.
Whatever. Like if you talk to most dudes that are pretty tough, probably over 5'10", probably keep a healthy lifestyle somewhat relatively, they will look back and be like, man, I ain't smacked the shit out of a nigga in about 10 years. Because at most, because it's been 10 years, there has been no reason to really smack a nigga for real. And if you walk around with some sense, you won't even be in the places where you need to smack a nigga.
I hear what you are saying.
Look at you. You looking for somebody to beat up.
I would not say somebody. I would say that person in particular. Like I have people to fight with every Sunday, and throughout the week, depending on my schedule. So like I'm not hungry for a street fight. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. That's the distinction. I'm not hungry for a street fight. I'm good on that. I did want to beat the shit out of him, but I didn't want, like, the reason it didn't end that way is because of the repercussions, because of the legal repercussions, because the professional repercussions. I don't want to start a fight at a show that it's its first show and they've never done comedy. Like, that's a terrible way to introduce comedy. Like, I don't want to burn that bridge with that producer. And I did not do all of those. Don't get me wrong, the feeling was there, but I did not do all of those things. So I feel like I made it clear that, like, I want all of this to happen in a safe, regulated, legal place that is like a healthy outlet. I'm not trying to get into no street fights. So,
Yeah, that's understandable because anything can happen. People be killing people, all that crazy shit.
Yeah, I don't want to knock this dude in the concrete and he just dies.
Start
That's
switching
crazy.
and shit. Now y'all got to sit there and call the goddamn hospital. He got a $5,000 ambulance bill. And
Are we referencing me now?
Huh?
Are you?
No, I was just saying shit.
Okay. How are you doing mentally and emotionally, Ty?
Mentally and emotionally, I'm dealing with it, handling it.
That sounded sad. You dealing with it?
That's all I can do right now. I got a new job. I'm getting into the groove of the new workspace and the new work environment. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I'm always up for a challenge, but I do get pissed when I don't catch on to things immediately.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm not that nigga within the first month, I'm pissed.
Why?
Because I'm used to that. I'm used to learning fast and getting to the point where like, okay, I got it and I can do this, you know. But if it because everybody says it's a process, it takes a while. It takes about 2 months and shit to really get in a groove. And I'm like, fuck that groove. I'm getting it in now. And then when I don't get it in now I'm doubting myself, and it really fucks up everything around me, because now, you know, I'm only focusing on what I'm not killing at. Stand up so far, I've been smoking shit.
You seem like you're doing well.
Yeah, I've been killing some shows. I'm getting booked on shit that I wasn't even thinking about. I need to start reaching out more. That's my thing. But with this new work schedule, I have to figure out what shows I can do and what I can't do, because I sometimes would rather be at work than waiting for a $25 show.
That's fair. It's I think you get to a certain point where you are not above certain shows, or it's not worth it sometimes.
Yeah, you know. But it's better than open mics.
Yes,
to be honest. Like, I would rather do your cheap ass show than go to your weak ass open mic with all these weak ass dudes. And then, like, you know, I'm not producing shows anymore, but once you get that mark of a producer on your back, like, people start kissing ass. Yeah. And I'm like, no. If I haven't been in talks with you about putting you up, if I haven't said you were funny, because I don't tell anybody they're funny. I don't even tell them how they did. I just give them a dap and nod at them. If they do bomb, I'll be like,
you'll get them next time.
Yeah, I don't say that. I say, hey, because it's up to you. It's like what you need to do to get better. When I was just starting out, I think it took me 2 months to get booked, and I was bombing for a month straight. I couldn't figure out. Well, I got my second open mic set on my Instagram at Jokes and Notes.
Short hair tie, right?
Yeah. So I played that video, and most of the people who's known me since I started was like, you have better premises and better stage presence than most of the people that's been doing it for 5 years. And this is your second time doing it.
What do you think it is about comedy where there's so much bad of it? There's so much bad comedy.
Because there's so much of it. It's like, people are in it for community. They're not in it for trying to work. They're not trying to, you know, get to the point where they can travel. They're not trying to get to the point where they can, you know, actually make money off of this. They either want to be the most famouser that's ever famous, or they just want to make a group of friends because they don't know how else. It's like people who join like dance classes. You join that dance community. You go to the dance shows. It's like people that, you know, if you get into martial arts, you go to tournaments. You start making karate friends. You know, so that's when people get into comedy, they start making comedy friends. The thing about comedy friends is you start hanging out with a nigga that was probably just as funny as you when both of y'all were 3 months in. Now y'all 2 years in. This motherfucker on the road now. You can't hang out with your mans now because you ain't caught up.
And where do you? Because I know you don't want to be. You don't want to be the dude who didn't keep up, obviously. But you also don't seem to want to be the most famous dude of all time.
No, fame pisses me off. I still want to be able to walk around and not get noticed, because I be up to no good sometimes. And I
think you'll achieve it. Are you feeling, because you got this new job, I know you're in the process of getting better at that. Are you feeling like you're making headway? Because I know there was a point, I want to say this summer, we were both kind of going through it a little bit. Maybe this summer, this fall, where you were not feeling good. Do you feel, has that feeling subsided?
Yeah, it's subsided. Is because things have happened where I felt like I am on the right path and that I am fun. Because, like, you know, there's a lot of delusion out here. There's a lot of motherfuckers that get booked and they're not that good, right? And at some point I was feeling like, am I not that good? But I'm like, I don't know. I talk so much shit. Somebody would tell me. Somebody will pop on Facebook or some shit or Instagram or something and comment like, yo, you popping all this shit, bro. You bombed yesterday. You bombed last week. You know, shit like that. Somebody will pop my bubble. But nobody's popped my bubble. Nope. You can say Ty Riggs is this, and that, but you can never say I'm not funny. And you can never say I'm ugly.
Don't. Let's not. Speaking of which, we only got a little bit of time left. My battery's gonna die, and we gotta see Captain America, Falcon.
Fuck that nigga, Captain America.
That's actually how the movie opens. You saw it already?
No.
Did I already ask you the 5 years in the future question?
I don't. Yeah, probably.
What do you think? Let's see. Let's see real quick. Let's see. You wanted to get back on, Ty. Why did you want to get back on so bad?
Because I like attention sometimes.
Aw.
And sometimes, well, it's a certain type of attention. I would like an archive of things that I've said.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what this podcast is. This is you a year ago. How's that feel? We'll see. I think you. I think. Hold on.
How many times have you been on this show, Ty?
This is his 4th time.
Hell yeah.
You should get him like one of the on SNL when they have like the 5-timers club and they get a jacket.
Hell yeah. Please get me a jacket.
Hold on. This is what you said.
My mom and her chipped in so that I could be safe getting around in LA, and
that's when I went to
Leonardo
LA.
DiCaprio, aka Thotty Pippen. Follow me on all social medias at Ty Riggs, y'all. TYRIG.
You haven't done the 5 years thing. You know the 5 years thing, right?
Thing, yeah. Okay.
All right. You know the
Me
question.
5 years from now?
Yeah.
You made it to 5 years later. Surprise, nigga. You ain't killed yourself yet.
That depresses me, man. All right.
Happy about it. Yeah, there's always time.
Right.
But we're there. Hopefully 5 years. Hopefully you found a wife. You're living your life. Probably quit this comedy shit. Got a good job, making good money. Move somewhere remote where nobody can bother you. That'd be great. If not, if you're still doing this comedy shit, hopefully you're doing it full time, because this job shit is terrible. The job shit is horrible. But I wanna get it. I want to get it the right way. I don't have to beg everybody on my social media for money all the time. I want to be able to make this money off of my hard work and just overall skill, big dog. Because shit is wicked out here, as you can tell, as you know. It's probably worse where you are, but right here it's pretty bad, and you see it coming. But yeah, fuck bitches, get money, man. Ty Riggs, a.k.a. Wasabi the Black Samurai, a.k.a. Leonardo DiCaprio, a.k.a. Thotty Pippen, a.k.a. your mama's favorite.